Hey you, here's your divine download for the week. There's so much noise in the world right now. Uncertainty in the air and pressure to do more, be more, and fix everything. But here's the quiet truth. Joy is not a luxury, it's a necessity. And love is the anchor. Self-love and the love you share with others is the most powerful gift you can give. In the midst of chaos, your peace matters. In the midst of confusion, your connections matter even more. Your connection to yourself and your community. Spend time nurturing yourself so that you can pour into the people you care about most. The ones who truly see you, who value your presence and not just your productivity. Your family, your soul family or your chosen family. The people who remind you who you are. Laugh together, eat slow meals, and take spontaneous adventures. Look into someone's eyes and really be there. Breathe into your being and give gratitude for the vessel you're in. Joy isn't always loud. Sometimes it's a quiet morning with your kids, a shared joke with your partner, a walk where you say nothing but feel everything. These moments are the medicine. They restore your spirit, and they remind you that even when the world feels uncertain, love is still certain. So protect your peace, prioritize your joy, and lean into the people who make life so sweet. So let's first take a deep breath to ground ourselves. Look at each image and see what illustrations kind of pop out for you. In this collective reading, I want to teach you along the way how to read for yourself. And we'll develop a series on this channel that breaks down each card and the traditional meanings. But along just living life and using tarot in your own readings, you'll develop your own creative understandings, definitions for each card. Trust your intuition above all else, but this is a collective reading to help you understand what joy is in your reality. The Six of Cups, the World, the Four of Swords, and Judgment. This reading is speaking to your childhood and those things that are childlike within your life. If you've been too hustle and bustle, if you've been too serious and you've overwhelmed yourself with tasks that you feel you need to fit into your day in order to manage it, in order to make it work for you, your family, your boss, timelines, deadlines that are coming your way, this card is saying that it'll all get done. Relax, soften up, take a moment, look around you, and appreciate your environment. Appreciate the small pleasures within your world. So we know the saying, stop and smell the roses. This card indicates that. It indicates taking time to share special moments, to share small moments with your community, with those that you love. Children have a freedom about them. They're able to experience life through a new lens. They're able to develop these original thoughts without having the world completely diminish their light or condemn them into a place of submission around how they should be going about things. This card is saying free yourself as much as possible of living your life on someone else's terms, and think back to those sweet moments that you may have had in the past that made you feel good. So was it you taking off work, playing hooky a little bit and going somewhere with friends, people that make you laugh and enjoy that moment, instead of thinking about you needing to go to sleep, you needing to plan the week a certain way, what projects you need to create in order to attain money, attain status. This card isn't about that. It doesn't care about titles. So think about the ways that you are losing brain power, you are losing energy, you are losing life force because you're ruminating, you're anxious, you're spending too much time planning the future instead of just being rooted in the current moment. When you're not rooted in the current moment, you cannot hear spirit. If you are too occupied with replaying the conversation that you had with someone the other day that got under your skin, if you're too fixated on what your coworkers are asking of you and the output that you need to give this world, you are missing it. You're missing the importance of your intrinsic magic, of you just showing up in this world. The Six of Cups is here to say, release. So find ways to go play, go outside, touch grass, do something in nature that allows you to calm and activate within you the ability to observe everything around you. And not in a place of trying to control it, but to observe it in order to gain new insight and new perspective. That really segues beautifully into the world. The world is all about completions of cycles and really taking on this, I can do it. I can enter this next chapter with confidence because I've learned what I needed to. I've understood what I needed to from the past. And now it is time for me to move forward into the world with confidence and with a willpower that says, I have the energy, I have the stamina to keep going. This coupled with the Six of Cups is so beautiful because the Six of Cups nods to the past and looking with this nostalgic lens over your life, looking to the past for inspiration in your current life. And the world is saying, okay, like enough of that. We've understood, we've gained the wisdom that we need to gain. Let's complete and let's take a beat with the Four of Swords. Let's rest, let's recharge, let's rediscover what it means to take it easy. And then we can move forward and make judgment calls on what is needed of me next in this world. This relates to joy because it's a cycle of slowing down. Okay, it's a cycle of saying you've been doing too much or you've been doing just enough, and that's great, but we need your battery charged up. We need you to take a moment to maybe plan a vacation. Get out there. You've completed what you've needed to at your desk, okay? You've completed what you needed to scrolling online, using TikTok, using Instagram, using Pinterest, using YouTube as escapism. Now it's time to take from that whatever you need and go plan something different. Do something that will allow you to expand yourself, to stretch out. So this could be you taking classes. Some of you really need to get socialized, and the world is about that. The world is saying meet new people. You've already understood what you need to from those around you that you currently are connected to, but maybe expand your circle. Okay, this new chapter is saying expand your circle. So this is speaking to either the lesson is learned or it's literally get out into the world, expand. This could be connect with new people. There's so many ways to do it. For you introverts, I can tend to be an introvert. I really appreciate though new perspective from people because that to me is a form of joy. When you meet new people and you realize, oh, I'm not as quirky or as weird as I thought I was. I'm able to meet other people that get me. The world is saying, get out there, take time to complete the chapter that you've already gone through with the people that you've already connected with. And it is time for fresh connections, for fresh bonds that can maybe help you out with an idea that's been on your heart, something that you really wanted to get off the ground, but you need that right plug to help you out. The world is perfect for that. Go to a networking event, go to meetup.com, or this is when you use social media in a strategic way to connect with people that can see you in a different way outside of your day in, day out circle. And you'd be surprised how much joy, how much fulfillment can come just from switching up your circle, switching up your environment. And I'm not saying dump your old friends, and don't hang with them. You can't have fun with them. I am suggesting a new way of growing, and that growth will allow you to find out that you can carry a bigger vessel that can carry more joy, that can carry more opportunity in it, that can lead to more joy. So the world is about expansion, completion, discovery, exploration, and it's being asked of you. It's being asked of you. And then once you kind of plan that, you figure that out, we look to the Four of Swords in a deeper way. I know I referenced it before, but Four of Swords is about rest. It's about going within. The Four of Swords is asking you to reflect, because if you're in output mode constantly, let me tell you, you are moving further and further away from long-term joy and fulfillment, because the more you are emptying your cup, you have to do the opposite at some point. You need to pour into yourself. So there needs to be a harmony, a system that you have in place that at the end of a day or at the end of a week, at the end of a month, whatever, you look back and you reflect and you accept what you have contributed to your world and to the world of others. And you say, okay, so now how can I stop, pause, relax, and give to myself? Some of y'all just need a nap. Some of you need a nap to reconnect with your joy. Some of you are just tired. You're finding yourself to be snippy, to be agitated, to be a bit more insecure or envious because you're running on fumes. And so you're looking at other people through the lens of what they have and what you do not. Don't do that. Relax. Take a moment to meditate. If you don't know how, take a moment to find a way to learn how to meditate. It could come in different forms. It could come in walking meditations where you go outside and go for a stroll with no destination in mind. It's just you reconnecting with joy. We're taught that joy has to be this hyper happiness. You're oh my goodness, you're so excited. And it often deals with being excited about something external that may have been given to you, some external, often tied to financial gains, experience that happened, or something materialistic that brought you a sense of joy. But this is teaching you that quiet moments can sustain joy. Quiet moments can give you inspiration that feed your joy. And this spread is calling for that. It's calling for special moments of reflection and reconnection and noticing the small things. It's calling for you to expand your vision outside of your normal routine, because your routine is complete. So let's go outside and let's do something different. It's calling for you to look within and take it step by step, slow steps, quiet steps, so that you yourself are able to conserve energy and to fill your cup again. Judgment, it's here. It's saying the cycle and the way that you did it. You have two types of completion cards. The image on judgment, often it can be unnerving. You have these images seeming like they're coming out of graves, and I feel it's very symbolic in this reading as I'm speaking to you. Creating your joy is tied to a lot of slowing down. And this card is saying, okay, you need to be able to awaken to a different way of living, because the old you has exited this world and this new version is ready to be born. So there is a judgment that has happened. You are looking back, you are checking your list of how you lived your life and what were the things that you loved about it? What were the things that you could have done a bit differently? How can you maximize your joy? Take inventory. You look over yourself. You look over your life. You are the God over your domain. Look over your life and judge for yourself where you could do better. You don't always have to solicit the advice of other people. This reading is a collective reading, but you can take from me what you need and throw away the rest that does not apply. This is saying do your own introspection work. Call yourself out. What do you see? Do you like what you see? Do you find that you're laughing, that you're smiling? Do you find that you're being spontaneous and optimistic? Do you find that you're giving people grace and compassion? All that ties so beautifully to joy. Being creative ties to joy. Being adventurous, learning something new ties to your joy. But have you been doing that? Have you been doing that, or have you been creating systems that worked for a while, but now you're figuring out burnout is real? You're figuring out this is not a sustainable way of living. You're figuring out that people only really are smiling at you because you're giving them their way. You're people pleasing a lot. You're losing yourself a lot. You are frustrated and inwardly in need of release. This judgment season is here. It's here for you to take notes. I don't care if you have to get a notepad and write down what doesn't bring you joy in your life. Once you look over everything, what are those moments that bring you joy? Write them down so it's in front of you, so you can see if the list is heavily weighted to the things that piss you off, that get on your nerves, and the side that is joyous and that is abundant and happy, inducing. Is that list a little too short? Or are there things on that list that you haven't done in a while? Maybe they're sitting there and they just needed you to reactivate them by seeing them face to face, so it cannot run away from you that you don't know how to bring yourself joy. And you need to make sure on that joy list, a lot of it isn't at the hands of other people bringing you joy. If you're finding that your joy comes from when people give to you, when people compliment you, when your boss gave you that raise, if you're finding your joy is coming from a lot of what the world is putting in you, maybe start to fill that list out with activities and thoughts that bring you fulfillment, things that can't be taken away. You going outside for a walk, somebody can't take that away from you. You thinking thoughts that fulfill you and point out your beautiful qualities, and taking time to do that every morning boost you with a sense of worthiness and fulfillment and joy. That's something somebody can't take away from you. And the more things that you have on your list that are self-imposed, that you've created yourself, that are from your own inner domain, the more powerful you will become. Joy is not something that should be a choice. It is something that you need to create deep, true life force, that you need to spark creativity. So make sure that you don't put it on the back burner. I don't care if that's for your kids, for your partner, for the people that you work with. You need to be right first. You need to be right first in order to be right for others around you. So it's time to remember that. Thank you so much for receiving what you needed to receive in today's session. And I pray for you that through the coming days, you notice more, the small things that make you smile. You take note of them and you enhance them in your reality. Because with everything going on today, with everything that you can read and that you can hear and that you can watch about what's happening in the world, it is way easier to fall into the anxiousness and anger trap. It is easier to fall into the loneliness trap. Don't make excuses. Don't put off feeding your spirit, because the more of us that prioritize joy, the more we can level this world out. Every person's moves matter. And this is what's being called of you at this time. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Give this message to someone who you feel needs it at this time. And join me next week for our collective session together.